Or Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashim Al Shabbat Habrakakadash. Double honors to apostles who bring millstone and salutations to your elect, which you ought to be. There's your brother Hawaii. Got a quick lesson for you Negro, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelites about shame of looking like heathens. Spirit by witness that they're a child of Heavenly Father. In the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, who the world inly calls Jehovah, God of Yahweh. In the name of the Heavenly Son, is Yahweh Shai, who the world inly calls Jesus Christ, who is the crucial, so Yeshua. I got a quick lesson. Any other precepts come out, you are know it's the Holy Spirit, whether you believe it or not. So I want to go into offenses. You know what I'm saying? Right? So first I'm gonna read this. This is Psalms 83 and 1. It's a song. It's just a song or psalm of Asaph. Asaph. It says, "Keep not thou silence, O power. Yahbashim Yashai, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power." It says, "For lo, Yahweh Bashim Yashai," it's like O power, Yahweh Bashim Yashai. It says, "For lo, thy enemies make a tumult against, uh, make a tumult." It says, "And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones." That's talking about the Israelites. It says, verse 4, it says, "They have said, Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance." And that's part of the reason why, we're being called by bywords and stuff, because it's pretty much the curses in Deuteronomy 28:37 and Jeremiah 17:4. You know what I'm saying? And also in Second Thessalonians 2, it says that we should discontinue from our heritage. You see? So we're going to be called by another name and stuff that the heathens was going to give us. That's why you call yourself African American. That's why you call yourself black. That's why you call yourself Negro. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, nigger, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's why you call yourself Mexican, Hispanic, Latino. You know what I'm saying? Latina, Dominican Republic, whatever the fuck it is you want to call yourself and whatnot and stuff. That's not your original name. You know what I'm saying? You call yourself that, Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? Because the heathen stuff that did this and stuff, so they can mask who we are and whatnot and stuff. Because if people who call themselves this, that, and the third, they tend to look up their history and stuff. So if the history is, if most of the names, if they would have kept our names and whatnot and stuff, then guess what? We would have looked up our history and stuff and found out who we were. You know what I'm saying? But this is what they wanted to hide, right? Right? So what's part of that hiding? Not just not knowing who you are, you know what I'm saying? That goes with the custom too, or how we live and whatnot, our heritage and whatnot and stuff, right? So therefore they masked up the heritage, you know what I'm saying, or they masked up the ways that we're supposed to live and stuff according to the scriptures, you know what I'm saying, uh, and gave their ways, you know what I'm saying, right? So I'm gonna get this. This is First John 3 and 4. And it says, "Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law." You see, right? In most of the ways, uh, 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 most of the ways and stuff, like, and pretty much sin is evil. You know what I'm saying? So with the law, statutes, commandments, and stuff, it's not being held, and there's other, not necessarily being held too, but when the law, statutes, commandments, and stuff, it's not the rule of the land and stuff. And guess what? This is a sinful nation. You know what I'm saying, right? So even though it's referring to Israel and stuff, but at the same time that we are a sinful nation, it's also the fact that we have adopted the ways of the heathens and stuff, which is wickedness in the eyes of the Lord, because it's not the way that He had chose and stuff for Israel to follow. You see, right? So uh, this is Jeremiah 17 and 9. It says the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? So we have followed ways of wickedness, right? You know what I'm saying? And consider this to be good. Matter of fact, let me grab that. This is Isaiah 5 and 20. And it says, "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil." Matter of fact, let me read verse 21. It says, "Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight." So I'm gonna get this and come right back to that. This is Proverbs 3 and 5. It says, trust in the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, with all thy heart. It says, and lean not unto thine own understanding. Verse 7, it says, be not wise in thy own eyes, fear the Lord and depart from evil. You see? So if we had adopted the ways of the heathens, meaning we had fallen away, you know what I'm saying, and learned another custom, those are the ways of sin. You see? It says, so I'm going to go back to the Isaiah 5 and 20. And it says, woe unto them that call evil good, right? The ways of this world, or wherever you are and stuff in this world and whatnot, you know what I'm saying, which is ruled by the heathens, you know what I'm saying, the wicked ass jakes and stuff who's giving instructions to follow outside the way of righteousness, right? And to lead outside the way of righteousness. They're gonna make the people and stuff think that is good when really it's evil. It says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. You teach righteousness and whatnot. What's the first thing people sit up here and be like, that ain't right? You know what I'm saying? That don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Or why would God do that? Or why would God allow this, allow that, and whatnot and stuff? You know what I'm saying? Right? Right? And it says good evil. So what the Lord considers as good, a lot of people are calling evil. They put darkness for light and light for darkness. That put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Right? So I'm gonna read verse 22. It says, woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine, and men of strength to mingle strong drink. And that wine and strong drink and stuff is talking about, it's a metaphor for different philosophies. You know what I'm saying? You see? Matter of fact, I'm gonna get this. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and 15. And it says, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Now this is twofold, but the fold that I'm using, you know what I'm saying, is the same thing and stuff that the serpent did and stuff, just so Adam and Eve can go off. You know what I'm saying? What did they sewn onto themselves? Those fig leaves and those for those fig leaves for aprons and whatnot to cover themselves up. But it was the ways of wickedness. You see, you know, and that's what Esau, Edom, and several other heathens and stuff. You know what I'm saying? In their time of rulership and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? They had put their philosophies and made their ways the law of the land and whatnot and stuff, and caused Israel to be drunken with it, and meaning to be filled with it, consumed in it. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? Make you lightweight to their ways and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Right? So this is like when somebody say that somebody's a lightweight when it comes down to drinking and stuff and catch them real quick, that's how the philosophies and stuff had did, and this is how you can use it metaphorically, right? So this is Matthew chapter 18, verse 7. It says, woe unto the world. Now the world goes into cosmos and stuff, which is order arrangement, and the ones who was given order arrangement to have order, you have law. Who was given the law, such commandments? Israelites, Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelites who are with appearances that of the heathen. It says, woe unto the world because of offenses. Part of those offenses and stuff, because a lot of our people and stuff live in the world. Matter of fact, let me grab that. This is First John. This First John 2 and 15. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So let me grab this. So that means that there are two mannerisms and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It is the mannerisms of the Lord, and it's the mannerisms and stuff of the heathen. You know what I'm saying, right? You know, and then right now, so we are in the times of the Gentiles, full-blooded spirit of heathens and stuff. And the thing is that this is their time. This is their time for rulership. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is just to show that the Lord is different from this. This is John 18 and 36, and it says, Yahushua answered, my kingdom is not of this world. You know what I'm saying? Of this custom, of this order. It says, if my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight? You know what I'm saying? You know, Uh, uh, I don't know what that word. Ag. I. Uh, I go nine. Agonizami, right? Whatever, right? And it says to compete for a prize. You know what I'm saying? Because according to Jeremiah, 31st chapter, you know, well, nah, I wouldn't want to say it like that, but there's no well, let me see this, to struggle, literally to compete for a prize. You know what I'm saying? To contend with an adversary. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't our kingdom. It says, or generally to endeavor to accomplish something, fight, labor, fervently strive. You know what I'm saying? So with his servants fight and whatnot, why if this was our kingdom stuff, then why would we have to fight off the old flesh when according to Jeremiah, all fires, Lord willing, uh according to Jeremiah the 31st chapter and stuff, you know what I'm saying, nobody would have to teach his brother because everything is going to be installed in the spirit of all the Israelites and stuff, you see, because they were our kingdom. You know what I'm saying? He gave us a fleshy heart instead of a stony. You know what I'm saying, right? And it says, then would my servants fight that I should not be delivered to the Jews? But now is my kingdom not from hence, meaning this is not the kingdom of Israel right now. So all you jakes out there and stuff who trying to make this your kingdom, you bringing woe into yourself. You know what I'm saying? Micah 2:10 said, this is not our rest. Depart, this is not your rest. Matter of fact, let's go to it. It's Micah 2:10, and it says, Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sword destruction. Right? So now this is Matthew's chapter 18, verse 7. And it says, Woe unto the world because of offenses. Right? And let's get that word offenses. Right? Scandalum, right? A scandal. It says a trap, stick, uh, that is a snare. It says figuratively cause of displeasure or sin. It says occasion fall of stumbling, offense, thing that offends, stumbling block. Right? Now you can't if you getting offended and stuff for the truth, you know what I'm saying, you in dangerous waters. You know what I'm saying, right? Dangerous because if the truth is offending you, but it's not if the truth is offending you and stuff, but it's not correcting you, you know what I'm saying, where you no longer offended and stuff, but you just constantly getting offended and stuff, you in stagnant water and stuff, and you're not gonna be in a healthy situation. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about health as in your body and stuff, I'm talking about what's in your spirit. You know what I'm saying? You can mess yourself over. So it says, woe unto the world because of offenses. For it must needs be that offenses cometh. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a separation. It says, but woe to that man by whom the offense cometh. Right? So it says G for four, and it's anthropos, and it says human being. And it's only two genders. So the point that I want to make, another example I want to make, is that uh, uh, it says, woe to that man or woman by whom the offense cometh, depending on what you do. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of Jakes want to sit up here and be like, well, I ain't do it. No, matter of fact, I don't want to bring that out yet. I don't want to bring that point out. So this is Sirach or Ecclesiastes in Apocrypha chapter 17, verse 25. And it says, return unto the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, and forsake thy sins. You see? It says, make thy prayer before his face and offend less. So somebody who decides to be a homosexual, who decides to be uh, a bisexual, right? You trying to do it for the trend, or you feel strongly about this and stuff, and really all it is Satan persuading your stupid ass, right? Uh, to be against the Lord. So, matter of fact, let me grab this. This is even though I made the point, but this is because you're offending the Lord and stuff if you decide things and stuff that's outside His laws and stuff, because it's pretty much that's like, say if you say if like you say if you on a computer and stuff and you playing like chess and the game got a glitch and whatnot and stuff and you're telling it to make this move in chess and stuff, you know what I'm saying, so you can win the game and it glitches and it does opposite and whatnot and stuff because something is wrong with the order, you know what I'm saying, that you gave, and then you lose the game. It's like, oh man, what the fuck, you're just gonna be a disappointment. Well, that's how the Lord looks at you, you know what I'm saying, right? This is That's how the Lord's going to look at you and stuff when you do against what He says. So this is which is going to cause Him to take His Holy Spirit away from you. You know what I'm saying? Withdraw Himself from you and stuff. Because at the same time, what are you doing to Him? You withdrawing yourself from Him. Scripture said, if you deny me, then He gonna deny you. This is a relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's both sides of the coin and stuff. Where both is putting effort in and stuff to keep the relationship strong. But if one and stuff is trying to veer off, then guess what's gonna happen to the rest? You know what I'm saying? They're gonna veer out too, and then guess what? It's gonna be a breakup, which already happened and stuff, and we're trying to get back. And the Lord, like, I don't know, you're gonna have to show me. You know what I'm saying, right? So this is damn, I forget what I was from bring out. Well, I forgot it, but this is Sirach 17 and 25. It says, "Return unto the Lord and forsake thy sins. Make thy prayer before His face and offend less." So you coming against Him, you know. Oh, that's what it was. This is John. This John, chapter 14. And I'm gonna read up. This John 14. I start verse 6. It says, Yahushua said unto him, I am the way, the truth, the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. It says, if ye had known me, ye should have known my Father also. And from henceforth ye know him and have seen him. You know what I'm saying? Known, right? The Father, right? Be aware, understand, right? Verse 7, it says, if ye had known me, ye should have known my Father also. It says, because they was on the same accord, meaning they weren't the same entity and stuff, but they had the same, like they was like-minded. It says, and from henceforth ye know him and have seen him. Verse 8, one of the 12 apostles, it says, Philip saith unto him, Lord, meaning Yahushua, shew us the Father. It says, and it sufficeth us. Verse 9, it says, Yahushua saith unto him, have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip? He that hath seen me hath seen the Father. And it said, and how sayest thou then, shew us the Father? Because Yahushua was a splendid image. You know what I'm saying? He was a splendid image and stuff. He was about his Father's business. You know what I'm saying? So if you wanted to know how the Father was, Yahushua acted on those things. You know what I'm saying? He lived those things. He carried himself and stuff upon those things. You see? And then also we have the book of the gospel from the Old Testament and the New Testament. So you could tell what the Lord wanted, right? So you have individuals and stuff who've been taught by the ways of the heathen. You know what I'm saying? And even though this truth is coming out to change them and come back, meaning Israelites, no matter how they look, you know what I'm saying? All Israel, because this word's going to be preached to the four corners of the earth thanks to the internet, right? The thing is that you have a lot of Israelites and stuff who don't want to submit themselves unto the Father, but want to submit themselves onto their own ways or the ways and stuff that they were taught and brought up and influenced and thought it was cool, tried it, liked it. Now they find it out and stuff that those many things and stuff that they're into the Lord disapproves of. You know what I'm saying? You know, not aware that Satan is driving them and stuff to the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? You know, especially if you just like I'll say it like this: when you have individuals who's experienced in certain things, like just for an example, when you got individuals that's experienced and stuff, and they come across somebody and stuff who's inexperienced, what do they seek to try to do? Take advantage. Well, Satan is taking advantage. You dipped your you've been influenced and stuff, you know what I'm saying, by a wrong influencer and whatnot and stuff to go wrong, you know what I'm saying, and you dipped in it for however long, or you dealing with whatever it is and stuff that the Lord disapproves of, and now it's being told and stuff, or what was displeasing unto the Lord and whatnot and stuff, and Satan got you full fledged for it. You know what I'm saying, right? So I'm gonna read. So pretty much you're gonna. The Lord has set up His prophets. Amos 3:7. Surely the Lord will do nothing but reveal His secrets unto the prophets, just so they could give the secrets. You know what I'm saying, onto the rest of Israel, whether they hear or forbear, because forbear means that they don't want to listen. You know what I'm saying, which is a lot. You know what I'm saying, you can tell and stuff how they rebuttal, how they respond, and the shit that they say. You know what I'm saying, right? So or even the way that they carry and stuff. You're gonna see if they want to change or if they don't and whatnot. You're gonna see it, and you're gonna see it with a spiritual eye, even even if you can't can't check it physically. So there's other things and stuff. You know what I'm saying, right? So the thing is that uh, uh, you're being told what the Heavenly Father wants for men and women. You know what I'm saying, and men and women are pretty much telling the Lord what they want. You know what I'm saying, and it shows in their actions and in their spirit, right? So I'm gonna go back to this. It's Jeremiah 17:25, and it says like it says, return unto the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, and forsake thy sins. Forsake means to leave off. It says, make thy prayer before His face and offend less. So that means sin is an offense, and an offense to whom? To the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because why else would it say return unto the Lord? That means that you're doing something that's against Him. You see? Now, a person would sit up here is like, I ain't doing it to the Lord. I'm doing it to somebody else. But if it's something that the Lord has said don't do, you know what I'm saying? Then guess what? You offending Him because you show that you want to be against Him. You see? Matter of fact, this is James. This is James 4:4. So we read that John, 1 John 2:15. Anybody, leave from the world, right? For the love of the Father is not in the world, right? Showing two different mannerisms. So this is James 4:4. It says, ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity, which means hatred, opposition, being an op with Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. And that's not what we want, especially if you want miracles, blessings, this, that, and the third and stuff to happen and stuff, or to be in good fortune, you know what I'm saying, or for them to be in your corner, period, and whatnot and stuff. You don't want to be friends of the world and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because it's brewing a mannerism and stuff that lives in a way of Satanism. You know what I'm saying? Right? So uh, I wanna bring this out too. Now this goes into the woman when it come down to adultery. So this is Sirach chapter 23. This is Sirach chapter 23, verse start at 16. It says, two sorts of men multiply sin. It says, and the third will bring wrath. It says, a hot mind is as a burning fire. It will never be quenched until it be consumed. It says, a fornicator, uh, uh, it says, a fornicator in the body of his flesh will never cease till he have kindled a fire. It says, all bread is sweet to a whoremonger, which is a pimp, He would not leave off till he died because the money is sweet. It says, verse 18, it says, a man that breaketh wedlock. You know what I'm saying? Now, wedlock ain't you having sex before you put a ring on it. You know what I'm saying? Uh, 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 wedlock is committing adultery. A man having sex with another man's woman, or a woman having sex with another man when she got a man already. It says, saying thus in his heart, who seeth me? I am compassed about with darkness, the walls cover me. It says, and nobody seeth me. What need I to fear? The Most High will not remember my sins. You see? It says, verse 19, it says, such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and consider the most secret parts. And once again, just because it says men and stuff, there's only two genders, and that's man and woman, that's male and female. So like I say it like that. You know what I'm saying? There's no male or female that's out here and stuff who is asexual, can have babies on their own, right? You need the counterpart. You know what I'm saying? In order for a new life to come in this world, right? So it says, we're holding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts. You know what I'm saying? It's talking about your mind, your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Because you can come up with a plan and somebody else won't know what you planning and stuff because you ain't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? But with the spirit, it's different. You know what I'm saying? Uh, uh, but the thing is that the Lord sees your secret parts and stuff. Remember, the angels are messengers. Angel goes into the Hebrew word mala'ak, the ma, the la, the ah, and the ka, mala'ak, which means messenger and stuff. So when it comes down to your prayers and whatnot, they're the ones sending your prayers and stuff to Yahweh Shai, through Yahweh Shai and stuff to the Heavenly Father. You know what I'm saying, right? So, uh, 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 well, to the Father. So the thing is that they know what's going on in your mind. You see, you got to watch that too. Let me see if let me get this scripture right quick. It's Matthew 5. This is Matthew 5 and 27. It said, "Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, Thou shalt not commit adultery. This is but I say unto you, that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her, have committed adultery with her already in his heart." And when you go into that word heart, kadia, and it says mind, you see, it's not talking about the muscle that pumps blood in your chest throughout your body. You know what I'm saying? It's talking about your mind. Like when a motherfucker say, no offense on the MF, but like an individual say that they know something by heart. If you ever played San Andreas and stuff, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and stuff, or even Grand Theft Auto 3 to Vice City, San Andreas, you know what I'm saying, all the way to, I guess, Grand Theft Auto 5 or whichever one and stuff, right? The thing is that those long ass cheat codes and stuff, you know what I'm saying, you got muscle memory, you know what I'm saying, it comes from mental memory and whatnot for doing something consistently and whatnot and stuff till you memorized it. You know what I'm saying? Jake would say, "Oh, I know it by heart." You know what I'm saying? And what's crazy is that Jake would be like, "Oh, I remember it by heart and stuff." They'll point to their head, but then when they talk about, you know what I'm saying, emotional feelings and stuff that goes into romance and stuff, they point to their chest. It's weird, but this is Matthew's 5 and 28 again. It says, "But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her, have committed adultery with her already in his heart." Meaning she got to have a man already. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? Another thing and stuff that makes us Israelites and stuff adulterous individuals and stuff is because, you know, the let's say the things that are available and whatnot and stuff, and sight or certain things that's allowed and stuff within this kingdom. The thing is that or not. I don't want to say allowed within His kingdom, but like the everyday thing and stuff. You'll see a female, she got a fat ass. You know what I'm saying? You know, she want to be seen, so she wears certain clothing and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you see she got a fat ass, or somebody will be like, damn, she got some nice legs. Niggas love skin. Niggas like feet. Niggas like, you know, a nose. People, there's guys out there who like armpits, and ears, and stuff. You know, and then it's vice versa for the woman and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's women out there who like big noses. You know what I'm saying? You know, how your eye colors and stuff, or how your eyes look and stuff. You know, and me personally and stuff. When it comes down to the Asians, you know what I'm saying? Asian women and stuff. You know, a lot of you all probably don't like your eyes and stuff, but they look good. It look good on you. You know what I'm saying? Coming from me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the only one. But anyways, it's like this. You know, you look at her and you lusting at her and stuff, and be like, boy, she look like, or some shit. I mean, I'm an individual and stuff who like lips. If you got some lips on you, you know what I'm saying? It don't have to be no big lips and stuff. It's just that your lips got to look a certain way. Like old girl from one of the pair of lips that I like. When it was, well, first of all, not in no injections and shit and stuff, and trying to get your lips increased and stuff. But when a natural Asian woman and stuff, and it look good with her, you know what I'm saying? If she has like some full lips, that shit looks good. That shit that they be going into surgery for and stuff, and it be looking ridiculous. I'm talking about when they naturally full lips. It looks good on Asians. You know what I'm saying? And other females and stuff, of course. You know what I'm saying? But that focuses towards Asians. But then you had old girl from Transformers. I think it's Dark Moon, and that was the third one. When people was trying to be friends with the Decepticons and was getting treated like shit. Uh, there was this part where they were still using Shia LaBeouf, and there was this part where he was talking to the blonde because he wasn't with the female from the first one and the second one. You know, they broke up, they gonna go back and forth and whatnot. Halfway went, you know what I'm saying? You know, but the third one, the blonde and stuff, you know what I'm saying? When she looked to the side, the way it's like this thing that it's like a line and stuff that's on that top lip and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's right in the middle and whatnot. It's just how they lips develop and whatnot. It looks good. I don't know what that's called. It's probably a scientific or something that goes into biology and whatnot and stuff on the correct name and whatnot and stuff. But it looked good because when you turn to the side and stuff, when she turned to the side and stuff, the way her lips were and stuff, it looked nice. You know what I'm saying? You know, each his own. But or shit, female who got dark lips and stuff, and it ain't come from smoking. You know what I'm saying? You know, but she the same color as the rest of the skin. That look nice. But anyways, you know, you looking at her, and it's like, oh, or even when it come down to a female and stuff, looking at other guys' print and stuff, we see where your eyes go. You know what I'm saying? Or you walk past and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you try to hug your boyfriend or whoever you with and whatnot. You try to hug him and whatnot and stuff, and yet at the same time you trying to use that as a way and stuff, just so you can sit up here and look at somebody else. We see that. Uh, you don't say nothing, but we see that, and we're just not going to engage. The thing is, hopefully, man, the Lord and stuff, those who have the Spirit, thinking about Murph right now and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because he understands where I'm coming from. But when it come down to it, it's like when it come down to it, you know, you know, it goes the same way for females and stuff. You know, it'd be a lot of thoughts in their heads and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, and the prints and whatnot and stuff. You know, it'd be or the drip and whatnot and stuff. You know, the muscles and woo to woo. You know what I'm saying? You know, shoot, it could be an older woman and stuff, and she got a pool and some swole young cat and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Who's sweating and shit, and he got a little gloss, like a little glazed donut and stuff, while he outside and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, and the old woman and stuff is looking, and she got her whole husband and stuff. She ain't thinking about. her husband in his prime, or if he built some muscles, she thinking about what that young nigga who cleaning that pool and stuff can do to her if she gave it to him. You see? You know what I'm saying? Right? So, that's so even with that, what I'm saying? The clothing, they wear the leggings and whatnot and stuff. What I'm saying? They probably walking by themselves, or they walking with their friends and whatnot. What I'm saying? Somebody trying to play the brother and stuff because he trying to get at her first. What I'm saying? But anyways, and stuff, the thing is that, you could be looking at a female, or female could be looking at a dude and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And well, now if when it if I'm say it like this, if a man is looking at another female and whatnot and stuff, what I'm saying? Sometimes, she could be in the distance and you got eyes, so you're gonna see the entire body and whatnot and stuff, especially if she far away. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see everything. You know what I'm saying? As long as you ain't thinking in your mind and stuff like, damn, what I do to that? She look like she would throw it back. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Nowadays, shit, females get print and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You seeing how fat the cat is and stuff, but not to be so vulgar. But the thing is that it's like it calls you to be like whoop to whoop. You know, women right now and stuff. They eat and stuff and they cover their mouth and whatnot because if they eat like a gyro and stuff with extra cucumber sauce and they got cucumber sauce in the corners of their mouth and stuff because it's a messy sandwich. You know what I'm saying? They covering their mouth and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because you probably get motherfuckers out there instead of all that grease on their lip. It's really negative. You know what I'm saying? It's really some sexual shit and stuff that's behind it and stuff, and that's why they do it. You know what I'm saying? And then females do it too. That you eat Italian beef and whatnot and stuff, and your lips greasy. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be looking at you, staring at you and stuff, and the staring be so gazed upon you and whatnot and stuff. You already know and stuff. They in a dreamland right now, thinking about whatever shit, some nasty ass stuff in their mind and stuff. And it's not nasty and stuff. It's just the fact with the woo. You know what I'm saying? But if they got a man already and stuff, that's not supposed to go down. You know what I'm saying? Right? So in your thoughts, it starts with your thoughts too. So I'm gonna go back to this Sirach, chapter 23. You don't even have to do it yet. You can think of it. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't correct yourself or snap out of it and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You're going off. So this is Sirach. Another reason why we need grace. So it's Sirach 23. But remember, the heart is desperately wicked. You got to fight against that. So it's Sirach 23 and 20. It says, "He knew all things, or ever they were created. So also after they were perfected, he looked upon them all." It says, "Then this man shall be punished in the streets of the city." It says, "And where he suspected not, he shall be taken." And that's an individual and stuff who's, well, the punishment and stuff is that you're supposed to die when you commit adultery and whatnot and stuff. But guys who's dealing right now and stuff, there's a female that you probably popping right now and stuff. Brothers that's in the truth and those just now hearing, or those and stuff who didn't know at all and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Guess what? More than likely, the woman that you're dealing with, if you a stepfather and stuff, most definitely you having sex with some other dude's girl. We in adulterous generation, and that's on several different terms. It's not just actual adultery; it's also fornication, which is spiritual adultery against the Lord. You see, because we in a relationship with Him, right? So it says, "This man shall be punished in the streets of the city, and where he suspected not, he shall be taken." And that's and anybody's in that situation. You sit up here and deal with a female. You go back to the crib and stuff, and you find out that ain't her house, and that's old boy and stuff who up the pistol in your face and stuff, giving you a chance and stuff to get the fuck up out of there and stuff before he shoot you. You know what I'm saying, right? You know. And it says, verse 22, it says, "Thus shall it go also with the wife that leaveth her husband, if bringing in an heir by another." It says, "For first she have disobeyed the law of the Most High." You see, it says, "And secondly, she has trespassed against her own husband." You see, it says, "And thirdly, she have played a whore or a hoe in adultery and brought children by another man." So, and it says, and I'm gonna say it again, it says, "She have played the whore in adultery," right? Then it's a comma for an addition. You know what I'm saying? For those women and stuff will be like, "Well, I ain't have a baby by him and stuff." You still slept with him. It says, and brought children. It says, and brought children by another man. And that's just an addition. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, uh, uh, to offend less, you know, you think you're doing it to this person or that person and stuff. No, you making an offense onto the Lord because the Lord's like, I don't want you doing this. You see? Right? And matter of fact, for all the ones and stuff who be like, well, the heathens are not underneath the law, let's see what the scripture says. And it goes into adultery. So this is Leviticus, so like this is Leviticus chapter 20, verse 10. And it says, and the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, you know what I'm saying? The adulterer and adulteress shall surely be put to death. We underneath grace. You know what I'm saying? What's been promoted and stuff by the ways of the heathen and stuff, that guess what? Since it's equality, the female can leave the husband and go find her another man and stuff to deal with. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what the scripture says. So guess what? Now she's titled of being. Now she has the title of being a hoe. You know what I'm saying? A slut. You know what I'm saying? Uh, 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 a man can't be a hoe. A man can deal with multiple women and whatnot and stuff, but those women got to be free from not dealing with another man. You see? Because then that makes him and her an adulteress, you see, or adulterer or adulteress, you see. So Leviticus 20 and 10, it says, and the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, meaning having sex with another man's woman, it says, even he that committeth, and that's period. It didn't say Israel, it says period. And it says, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, you know what I'm saying? Now, the Israelite woman, it's neighbor's wife. It says the adulterer and adulteress shall surely be put to death. Right. So let me see if I can find this. I think it's Genesis 39. I'm sorry, verse 1. And it's Joseph, the progenitor of Ephraim and Manasseh. But Manasseh became its own tribe and stuff in Genesis the 49th chapter. So this is Genesis 39, and so Joseph is the progenitor of Ephraim, so-called Puerto Ricans. You know what I'm saying? And the Cubans. You know what I'm saying? But Manasseh, which is how you say it in you know, uh, well, that's true tribal name and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Of the Cubans, Manasseh. You know what I'm saying? Manasseh. Manasseh. I think it's Manasseh or Manasseh. It's one of those. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's he that forgets. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and when it come down, and I saw that and stuff in life. But when it come down to the Cubans, you know what I'm saying? Uh, let's say, like, let's keep it simple. Joseph is the progenitor of Ephraim. You know what I'm saying? And Manasseh and stuff, which is the tribal name for the Cubans. You know what I'm saying? Who are Israelites. You know what I'm saying? They became their own tribe after Jacob had done his thing and stuff and made them a tribe. So this is Genesis 39 and 1. It says, and Joseph was brought down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard, an Egyptian, bought him of the hands of the Ishmaelites, the so-called Arabians, which had brought him down thither. Because remember, he was sold, right? Verse 2, it says, and the Lord was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man, and he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian. It says, and his master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord made all that he did to prosper in his hand. It says, verse 4, it says, Joseph found grace in his sight, and he served him, and which also shows that there's going to be Israelites in high positions. And he made him overseer over his house, and all that he had he put into his hand. Right? It says, so he was second in command underneath Pharaoh. It says, and it came to pass from the time that he had made him overseer in his house and over all that he had, that the Lord blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake. It says, meaning that his surroundings was everybody else got blessed and stuff because Joseph was there. It says, and the blessing of the Lord was upon all that he had in the house and in the field. You know what I'm saying, right? And it says, and he left all that he had in Joseph's hand, and he knew not all he had, save the bread which he did eat. And Joseph was a goodly person who and well favored. Verse 7 it says, and it came to pass after these things that his master's wife cast her eyes upon Joseph. She was lusting after him. It says, and she said, lie with me. That lie means to have sex. You know what I'm saying? Sexual connections. The word shakab, right? And and it says, it said, verse 9, it says, there is none greater in this house than I, neither have he kept back anything from me but thee, because thou art his wife. It says, how then can I do this great wickedness and sin against Yahweh? Bashmi outside. So the thing is that, you'll have some individuals like, oh, well, the heathens, they're not underneath the law and whatnot and stuff, so I won't be going off. No, nigga, you'll be committing a crime against the Lord. You'll be going against the Lord. You'll be doing something that the Lord will be displeased at and stuff and want to jack you up for it. You see, you know, right, right, and the way of the Lord and stuff is completely different from the way of the rules and regulations and stuff of this world. You see, you know, you know. And on back of the dollar bill it says, "In God we trust" and whatnot. But you see that the ways of the Lord and stuff is not established. You know what I'm saying? Upon earth. You know what I'm saying? And so so even though it's like, oh, he a heathen, you know what I'm saying, or old girl a heathen, or he a heathen and stuff, but if they with somebody and stuff, they don't give you the okay and stuff to have sex with that person unless you want to die and want the Lord to hate you. You know what I'm saying? Now, before you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? You know before you didn't know, but now you do. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to the adultery thing, you see. So I hope this video was edifying. I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Yahweh HaKadosh, double honors to apostles of great millstone, and salutations to the elect which you ought to be. Shalom, well, Bob, Paul, Kwame Yasharala. And I also want to make this point. It also goes into anything else. Because I know Jake has going, because I'm a Jake. And, Jake, been around Jakes to my entire life and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And done uh, the same ignorance as you know what I'm saying, being a Jake. The thing is, being an Israelite, pretty much, you know what I'm saying, you'll sit up here and be like, well, I'll stay away from that, but then this right here and stuff would be cool. Jake likes to pick and choose and stuff sins. No. You know what I'm saying? If it's a sin, then guess what? It's still worthy unto death. And that's going into Romans. Even though the Lord will be merciful, you know what I'm saying, but look what he did to King Saul. After a period of time, the Lord was like, guess what? Nigga, I'm taking the chance of, it's like, nigga, it was like it. When it came down to King Saul and stuff, it's like, nah, you know, we don't want to be in King Saul's shoes. So this is Romans 6:23. It says, for the wages of sin is death. You know what I'm saying? So even though, you still live, like it says in Ecclesiastes 8:11 through 13, the thing is that, you can build up a harsher punishment. You know what I'm saying? You can build up a harsher punishment and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what iniquity is. Sin upon sin. If you allow that to keep piling up and stuff, then guess what? The cash in and stuff for those sins, you know what I'm saying? Since you're doing more work to wickedness, you know what I'm saying, might be heavy and stuff instead of just a slap on the wrist. You know what I'm saying, right? If you want to escape, then do what's right. Right? Right? Yeah, Romans 6:23, it says, for the wages of sin is death, but the gift of Yahweh is eternal life through Yahweh Shah HaMashiach our Lord. And he comes in the volume of the book, as it says in Psalms 40:7, and another precept is in Hebrews. So the thing is that if you want to escape and stuff, then do, if you want the Lord to be in your favor and whatnot, then do. If you want the sure mercies of King David and stuff, then do what the Lord says and offend less. Stop trying to come against them. Stop thinking you slick. Because part of that slickness and stuff that you that part of that slickness and stuff that you think you finna finesse your way out of this and finesse your way out of that and stuff. Part of that slickness and stuff will get you in, will set yourself up and stuff for trouble. And that's why we always say that you are your own enemy. You know what I'm saying? You know, Scripture says that all things are lawful, but not everything is expedient. And if it's not expedient and stuff, then there could be an imbalance or incorrect way and stuff that you're doing something and stuff, thinking that it's okay according to the scriptures and whatnot and stuff. But depending on how it's being used, you know what I'm saying, you're going off. So now you're making offense, but not just an offense, you know what I'm saying, to anyone else, depending on what it is. You'll be offending yourself low key, and then you ultimately be offending the Lord. You see, and you saw that in that Sirach 23, when it came down to the woman. She was not only did she offend the Lord, and then she also offended her husband. You know, came up with offense and stuff against her husband and whatnot and stuff. She also committed offense against herself. So that's three things on one action. You see, you know, three counts on one action. You see. So I hope this video was edifying. I like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Habakkuk. Double honor to apostles of great millstone and salutations to your elect, which you have to be. Shalom, well, Baba, Kwam Yasharala.